ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So Arjuna represents mankind, Arjuna represents us. When he asked the questions to Krishna, Bhagavad Gita is a kind of conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna and Krishna both are friends. Arjuna was not aware about the divinity of Krishna. After this 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when he saw the universal form of Krishna, there are some very beautiful shlokas are there by Arjuna. In one of them he says that because you are my friend, when you are my friend, I do not see the glorious side of you, the divine side of you. If a friend is very big in any terms, could be intellectual, could be financially, could be anywhere, but still he remains your friend. There is, all this adjective doesn't make role because of your love for your friend. So Arjuna says, Sakheti matva prasavam yaduktam, thinking that you are my friend, Sakha iti matva, understanding that you are my friend, prasavam yaduktam, whatever came in my mouth I told you, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Sakha iti. I addressed you as my friend, I addressed you as Yadava, I addressed you as a Keshava. Then he gives the reason what just now I told. Sakheti matva prasamam yaduktam, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadav, Hey Sakheti. And I cannot see your glory. He puts two reasons. Maya pramadat, out of ignorance. Out of ignorance I couldn't see your divinity. Pranayena vapi, or because of my love for you as a friend, I simply cannot see your divine side or you are so great. It happens. So, what we saw in the second chapter, which is Sankhya Yoga, in Sanskrit language, there is something called the source and the product. The source and the effect. Parents are the source, the result or the effect is the child. So it is called apatya. Apatya means children. So in the Sanskrit grammar also, the words are coined in that way, words are made in that way, which is called cause and effect, apatyartha. So Sankhya Yoga, the word Sankhya comes from the word Sankhya. Sankhya is number. So in Sankhya Yoga, is almost like Jnana Yoga, which depends on the Sankhya, depends on the number. What is that number? One side is the Purusha, Atman. Other side is the Prakriti, nature, or that which is not Atman. So subject and object. So all that is object is called Prakriti. Your body is part of Prakriti. You sow a seed, it becomes a plant. Then you see the leaves of the plant are eaten up by the worms, are so small that you cannot even see them. You call them whatever modern name, bacteria and whatever. Similar way happens to the human body. It's minor, micro, bacteria, viruses, eats up the body. Disease take place in the plants, disease take place in the human body, because both are part of the Prakriti, part of the nature. So one is Purusha, Atman. Purusha is not Stri and Purusha, not that way. The word Purusha is very interesting. Puri Shayana Dva. One who sleeps in this city called this body, you will find the shlokas, Navadvare Pure Dehi. A city with 9 gates. There are many things which are neither part of the philosophy nor part of our day-to-day life. Is altogether a different level of existence which we are not able to see, but they exist as we exist. These are all black side of the universe. Now these concepts are taken from Western point of view. You have the words called Illuminati, and you have dark web, where all negatives are there. When you access to www, you may not get it. There are some more prefix and suffix could be there. That which is harmful, that which is detrimental to human society. There are many things. You see by your eyes. We don't have a concept in our normal sense of the word that something can enter through my eyes in me. We have ears, we don't have idea that something can enter through my eyes and be part of me. That there is another which I am also not very much aware about, or I do not know much about. Rather, I did not even try to know much about it. But it is something which is not visible by us, not perceivable by our eyes, but it exists. And there, some group of people take advantage of the ignorance of all of us and think about the different levels of beings. You know, a book which has become very famous called Homo Sapiens. Now we are Homo Sapiens, human being. But there was existence of almost 12 to 14 types of human beings. All are eliminated. Only Homo Sapiens remains. You come to our scriptures, you have Yaksha, you have Kinnara, Gandharva, you have Nagaloka, you have Patalaloka. Nagaloka doesn't mean snakes. But they are different kinds of human beings, or other beings who are almost like humans. For example, Vanara. Vanara is not monkey. Hanuman, Lord Hanuman is translated in English monkey god. No, he is not a monkey god. Vanara are the human beings. Nara, human being, Va, or they look like human being, but are they? Monkeys chimpanzees, you will find the species of monkeys are most closer to human being. They understand. Even there is some research work. There was a gorilla called Coco. Just he is everywhere in Google. Look for him. He passed away. And he used to do conversation, not by words, but by his gestures. And there was a lady who was a trainer. And there are some amazing conversation has taken place between this lady and this gorilla, who is apparently a superior type of monkey. And the lady asked the monkey, what happens after death? And the monkey answered in his way. So in our scriptures, there are varieties of human beings. Science also says that other than Homo sapiens, there were varieties of human beings, equally intelligent, look something different. So, the questions came when Arjuna is asking to Krishna. You know, there are some historical facts which are available in the scriptures. Just within 1,000 years before, we have record in Indian history that the average height of particular clans of human being in India, they were all 7 feet, 7.5 feet and all that. Slowly the height has reduced because of our way of life, etc. The description says, for example, Prithviraj Chauhan and Rana Pratap and others, they were all 7 feet, 7.5 feet tall, because their armors are still there. From there you can decide the height of a person. And in one description, that Rama and Lakshmana, they were all almost 9 feet high. Huge size of human beings. Now also you see, in different groups of human beings, the average height is different. The average height of Punjabis is of one type. Average height. There are exceptions everywhere, of course. The average height of Chinese is another type. The average height of, you will find every state has an average height which differs from each other. So these are different family lines. Then the mixture takes place and things are always mixture. There is no pure clan. So Arjuna represents us and will ask questions. Similar questions which we also will have. Persons like Krishna or the people who are highly developed in spiritual sense, they will tell any one path to realize the truth. They will make it very high, as if there is the only path or there is the best path. This you find in Swami Vivekananda also. If you read Karma Yoga, you think, wow, this is the philosophy. Again, when you read Jnana Yoga, you find, wow, Jnana Yoga is the only truth. I remember a small incident. There was a very few scholarly people are left so far as the scriptures are concerned. And scriptures degrees are Navaratna, Shadaratna, like that. Ratna is the philosophies. Expert of these 9 philosophies, expert of 6 philosophies, expert of 5 philosophies. This number is going down. We were fortunate to hear the lectures of some of them. What a ocean of knowledge they are. Even if you don't understand deeply the philosophy, You will not be tired of hearing them because so much new things they give to you. There was one gentleman recently passed away called Govinda Gopal Mukhopadhyay. Search for him, you will get him. We have attended his class. He took Sharadarshan 6 lectures for us. And once he told, I will talk on Shaivism. Believe me, at the end of the talk, we all the brahmacharis were his students, about 40, 45 of us. Many of them came immediately after the class. Wow, Shiva is the reality, Shiva is God, Shiva is everything. You get so much inspired by the conviction of the professor. We met another great scholar called Dinesh Chandra Bhattacharya Shastri. Such a humble man, but such a vast knowledge of everything, all the scriptures, different philosophies and all that. This number is coming down. Why I am telling this? When Krishna appreciated Sankhya Yoga and told to Arjuna, Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna, Arjuna be a yogi. Durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. This ordinary work which you do is far from buddhi yoga. Buddhav sharanam anvicha. Take shelter in intellect. Don't do mechanical work like where intellect is not being used. Be a yogi. Yoga karma sukhaushalam. That trick, dexterity, is yoga. Not expert in doing your work, but dexterity comes even if you do karma, even if you do action, you will be detached. Karma will not be able to affect you. This is difficult, but not impossible. For example, heavy rain outside. But before the rain starts, you are here. So you are not affected by the rain. Think people who during heavy rain they came. So they are affected by the rain. The rain is the same. The effect of rain is different in two people. Just because one person is little ahead in time. Detachment is something like that. Your conception about yourself, who you are, what is your identity? Accordingly, you value the objective world. You will find many times. Not all of us are free from that, or maybe we are 50% or 40% or 60%, we don't know. But look at the people who are 100% submerged in this body consciousness. We all are that. We are not jnanis that we are above the body, no. But when body becomes everything, what people perceive me physically is so important that if I am not prepared, I hide my face. I don't come in front of people. Because what people know me is like this, with all my makeups and all that, which is not my real face. There was a social experiment. Whether I am attached to a particular thing or a particular person or not, that is reflected in your behavior when you lose that person or the object. When you are habituated with that, and if that thing is missing, the more miserable you feel, that much attachment you had. In whichever way you want to take. So a social experiment was done. In the developed, or rather planned cities, the whole city, if you see the map, is all square. They call it block. 100 meter by 100 meter generally. And the whole city is planned accordingly. Go Google and see the map of Paris. You will find the straight roads like a sun ray everywhere. So these are blocks, 100 meter by 100 meter generally. What was the social experiment? A lady is told to go to washroom and wash your face. Wipe out your makeup. And just walk this 100-meter block around and come back. It may not be that difficult for us. I have washed my face and go around and come in half an hour. This lady continually cried and walked. She feels, without makeup, what you see me, I don't want people to recognize me with this ugly face. I want to make it beautiful, then only that is me. That is makeup, that is made up personality. And this was a social experiment. We are not here to judge them. The subject matter here is that what is your identity? What you think? There are many spiritual practices are there. We may not have the step-by-step method to practice it, but it is there in the scriptures as an idea. You cannot be free from lust so far as you are ultra conscious about your being a man or a woman. Why you always call yourself man? Why should I always remember myself as a man? Then what I am? Think your identity. I am a conscious living human being. In every field, my every step of life, if I am a man, equal and opposite existence is created by me, which is woman. Because you live on that level. Change your level, the world changes. Swami Vivekananda says in one place, there was a time I will go few streets away if I come to know that this is an ill-famed street. He writes from America and says, but the now time has come. Even those ill-famed women dance on my chest, nothing will happen to me. This is a Swamiji's expression. It depends who you are. What is your identity? As per your identity, you see the world. Like you put a glass of particular color, you see the world of that color. So we need to understand this. Arjuna represents us human beings. And Krishna told him in Sankhya Yoga, realize that you are Purusha. Realize that you are Atman. Then he said, okay, now start work. So Arjuna is not able to reconcile. One side you are telling me that intellectual and philosophical truth I have to realize. Then you are telling me to, in that case you should tell me, okay, live, take sannyasa, go to Himalayas and meditate. But after that you are telling me to be engaged in intense activity. I can't reconcile what you say. In our order, Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Vivekananda gave some guidelines for the monks. And one of them is, you may be believer of Bhakti Yoga, or maybe Jnana Yoga, or maybe Raj Yoga. But karma is compulsory. Karma is must. Holy Mother says in her own motherly way, can you meditate all the time? The time when you are not meditating, do karma for the sake of others, serve them. Then she becomes practical. And she says, if you don't work, who will give you food? To eat your food, you have to work somewhere, no? In somewhere or other, you have to work. You cannot simply keep on taking from the society, whomsoever you are. So what that you are a monk? So engage yourself in karma, whichever type of karma you do. A boy joined the order, absolutely no education. Many years ago, he's senior to me. And came to our headquarters and says, I want to be a monk. No education. He can talk in simple Bengali or Hindi little, but no English. So they say, then what work you can do? I don't need to be a highly educated person to sweep the temple or clean the floor. I can look after the cows. You have so many cows in Belur, I will look after them. Believe me, whole life he looked after cows, still there. And we go and touch his feet. So what? That you are not educated. You are living a great life. But you need to work. Swami Adbhutananda ji, Latu Maharaj, was given some one-liner instructions by Sri Ramakrishna. First was, in Bengali he says, Joge jage jege thakbi. Be always conscious and aware about what you accumulate and what you give. Yoga is to collect, plus sign. Yoga, plus. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So in Sanskrit it is equal to yoga, 2 is 4. Yaga is sacrifice. You offer, you keep on offering. So you keep on accepting and you keep on giving. You keep on accumulating and you keep on sacrificing. There has to be a balance between these two. Always be aware about give and take. If you keep on taking and don't give back to the society, a time comes when society is not interested in you. Think of this, people who are criminals, they just want from everybody. They don't give to the society except little to their families. So they are not fit for the society. You go to a shop, you decide to buy a few things. Can you just take that? No. You give something. What is it? There is a price that you give. You give $5, you get the $5 worth of things. You give $50, you get $50 worth of things. This balance of give and take, this is called karma. Karma is nothing but to be free from this blemish which you accumulate by taking more from the society and by giving less to the society. In normal case of the term, you will find. In many companies, you will find. There are people who always find how many leaves I have. My annual leave, my public holidays, my medical leaves, and my hospitalization leave, my urgent leaves, so many are there. And believe me, in every year they finish that. How they fall sick, it is their problem. Nothing emergency leave. Leaves after leaves after leaves. Will you like to hire those candidates? No. Why? They want to take more than what they give. So this give and take is important. So Krishna told to Arjuna that you need to fight. You need to enter into war for the protection of dharma, etc. That is in the first chapter. So Arjuna asked a question to Krishna. Just now you told me that buddhi, intellectual yoga, philosophical thinking is better than karma. Jayasi, which is better, karmana te. Just now you told that more than karma, buddhi is more important. Buddhi yoga is more important than this karma. Then why you are engaging me in karma? Tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. Why you are putting me in this karma? I don't want this karma. I want to go away. So this sentence is, just now you tell yoga is good, now you say karma is good. Decide one, because he is a friend. So Arjuna's language is of a friend. Hello brother, tell me one. Yena shreyoham apnuyam. So that I can reach the goal. Don't tell me this also good and that also good. Tell me which is good. This karma, Krishna says at least 2 times minimum in Bhagavad Gita, that you can't live without karma. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. You cannot live without karma even for a moment. And when you must do karma, then do niskama karma. Offer it to the society, offer it to God, whichever way you want to say. But karma is must, you must do karma. As I was telling in our order, karma yoga is compulsory. Every Swami must do karma. Whatever type, according to your nature you do karma, that's fine. Not everybody does the same thing. And these little internal things, but nothing to secret about, nothing secretive about it. Many young people, young boys who join this order, if they have some philosophical background, I have seen 1 or 2 who has difficulty in accepting the principles of karma yoga. He is a newcomer, he has just joined, but he knows English very well, he can type it well. So okay, you type the thanks letter or you type this article or something. And he was junior to me a few years. So in once 5 or 6 line of thanks letter, somebody has sent donation, so you send a letter of thanking them. 8 to 10 mistakes in such a small few lines. So I went and told, your English is better than me. Your typing speed is better than me. Why so many mistakes you are doing? No, it's a waste of time. I rather go and sit and meditate in my room. So I said, okay, you go and meditate, I will type. But no point of your typing and then earlier no computer that you can correct it. So you keep on typing. One mistake means it's very difficult to correct. Sometimes you change the letterhead and put a new and type it again. So I say, instead of doing double work, you go and meditate, I will do. How long? And believe me, eventually he left the order. Just on this point. No, I don't want to do work. So I said, whatever work you want to do, you do. You choose the work. You want to do puja? You want to sit in office? You want to look after the cash and accounts? You want to look after library? You look after kitchen? Something you have to do. No, it's a waste of time. It's difficult for people who do not want to give to the society. It's not question of his principle, it's question of this idea. Sri Ramakrishna says, be aware, be conscious about give and take in the society. Give more than what you take. then you will be appreciated. Society will appreciate. Nobody keeps account. Nobody keeps account for you. But your nature becomes selfish nature. That you want to take from the society, you don't want to give to the society. Many times in our case it happens. We go to, you may not have concept, but there are some centers, we call it private centers, which are run by the devotees. Monks supervise it, but monks don't stay there. So we call it a private center. Slowly, when time comes, becomes affiliated. So we go to those centers. They look after us. They prepare nice food and feed us. So we enjoy all that and come back. So I said, no. Hey, call the devotees, let us have some bhajans. And because there is no lecture, etc. arranged, it's a very small town. And we used to go and sing bhajans for hours for devotees. I must give back, no? I must give back something tangible to them. They are not asking money from me, but they are feeding me. They are looking after me. So I must give back something to them. So till I am satisfied that yes, I am happy. 2, 3, 4 hours, morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours, some satsanga, some advice, some bhajan, some work. But giving is necessary. So Krishna answers the questions of Arjuna. And these are our questions, that there are so many yogas. Which yoga to do? A newcomer asked to a senior Swami that there are so many qualities mentioned in Bhagavad Gita for us to absorb and practice. How many can I practice? So many qualities are there. So the Swami told, select 1 or 2 and practice it sincerely, all else will slowly come into picture. You don't need to think about it. So, when this question Arjuna asked, Krishna replied that there are 2 ways. There are 2 types of disciplines mainly. Lokesmin vividhanishta. There are 2 types of philosophy, 2 types of attitude rather. Attitude towards the world, how you do. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. One is Jnana yoga, philosophical and practical. So one is called karma yoga, one is called Jnana yoga. Even if you believe in Jnana yoga, philosophical discussion, philosophical, I won't say speculation, but philosophical thinking, meditation, etc. But you need to do work also. In other place, Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says, Sharira yatra pichate, even your body cannot last without doing karma. I am retired, I don't do karma. But every evening I go for a walk. Oh, going for a walk is not a karma, is it? You need to do karma, at least for maintenance of your body. You need to eat food, you do some exercising, you do some walking, you do little prayer. Something you need to do even for maintaining your body. So karma is must. So why not to involve in some positive karma? So this jnana and karma are the 2 ways. Karma can be done with these attitudes. Could be emotional way, devotional way, bhakti yoga. Again, jnana or a buddhi, intellectual way. Whichever way you like, but karma is must. You must do karma. To study book also is karma, to do puja also is karma. You select which karma you want to do. But if you want progress in spiritual life, there is no alternative to hard work. Spiritual practice do consciously spiritual practice and do hard work, going extra mile. Today morning I was talking to one or two devotees. If you are in spiritual life, you must think in this way: I am not an ordinary, normal individual. I am unique. If whatever normal person does, I should be little more than that, because I am unique. I refuse to be a normal person, abnormal in a positive sense. This feeling comes by the grace of God. When we were young also, we thought in the same way. I'm not going to live the same way. Or you go, you study the college and then start working and then get married and life. Oh, no, thank you. I want to go a little faster. You are unique. All of us are unique. But you will be real sense unique, provided you put extra effort in your spiritual progress. Everybody gets up maybe and do little japa. You do japa much more. You read more. You do prayers more. You be conscious about how to do work without attachment. How to do niskama karma, how to do seva, how to sacrifice my mind, energy, and whatever I have for the sake of God, for the sake of society, for the general way. Until this is there, spiritual progress cannot be. Sri Ramakrishna has unique ways of telling that. His Bengali was very rustic Bengali, a very village type of Bengali. So he says in a very typical way, by taking delicious food morning and evening, nobody in the world has become a great man. Whatever food you get, you take, that's fine. But you must put effort. You don't need to put effort if you want to spoil your life. But you need to put effort if you want to improve your life. Who made this law? I do not know. These are all cosmic laws. You throw the water, water will flow down. Who made that law? Why water should flow? Water should go up? No, it will never go up. This is the law of nature, that water will go down. Same way our mind. If you don't take care of mind, your mind will go down. To restrain your mind, you need to put effort. To hold your mind to. Read Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. He says there are two types of problems. One, I'm not able to progress. In spiritual life, I'm not able to progress. Little difference is, I'm not able to retain the state where I am. Forget about progress. I can't retain here. I will go down. A continuous effort is required. As you clean the vessels and maintain the shine, you must maintain it. No way. Until your vessel becomes golden. Your mind becomes so pure that it doesn't require spiritual practice as such. Those golden minds people also, look at Sri Ramakrishna, doing so much spiritual practices. Because that becomes their nature. So, when Arjuna says that I will not do karma, I will not do action, why to kill my own cousin brothers? I rather go to forest. I rather go to Himalayas and become a monk. Arjuna says. So Krishna says very nicely to him, the first scolding he gets, 2nd chapter, 11th sloka. Now he says, scolding in a little toned down way, Na karmanam anarambhat niskarmya purushosnute. This inactiveness is not doing work. There is a state of mind which is called Nishkarmya. You are so much detached from your body and mind that the action done by body and mind, you don't feel it is your action. So you say, I don't do anything. As Krishna says later on, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. I do not have any duty to perform. Second line he says, there is nothing for me to achieve. Why you do work? To achieve something, no? To get some result. There is nothing to achieve for me. Still I do work, Krishna says. Because if I don't do work, people say, Krishna is not doing, so we also will not do. If we are in this world, everybody must do work. Look at all the great spiritual giants. What hard work they have undertaken. Think of Adi Shankaracharya to Swami Vivekananda. Went round the whole India by walk. Look at his routine. The way amount of hard work he did when he went to America. Hard work doesn't mean you have to go and break the stones. Taking 2-3 classes and huge crowd of 1,500 people without microphone. Even for 15 people I am using microphone. If there is no microphone, how much I have to shout? And he was addressing more than 1,000 people without microphone. And like this, 2 hours, 2 or 3 lectures in a day. Every great person has lived a very active, dynamic life. There is no alternative to that. So, Krishna says, Na karmana manarambhat nishkarmya purushosnute. Just by not doing work, you cannot reach the state of nishkarmya. Nishkarmya is a state when you realize that you are Atman. You are not the body, you are not the mind. So body and mind does work. I don't do any work. That is the state of nishkarmya. That you cannot get by not doing work. You do work. By the work, you get your mind purified. And that pure mind, you realize that you are Atman. And that's the body work. The philosophical reason for Swami Vivekananda to make Karma Yoga compulsory in our order is this. Not that we should do good to the society. Whatever we do should be good only. We are not doing anything harmful to the society. But every small work done, any smallest action done without a selfish motive adds into purification of your mind. There is another which sometimes we have talked about it. If your mind is pure, even a small thing, even a small action becomes a reason behind your realizing the truth. In Kenopanishad there is a sloka. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam vivindate. Every small action. For example, this is a phone. My eyes saw the phone and recognized that this is a phone. What's the big deal about it? Is it spiritual practice? No. You cannot even recognize the phone without the involvement of the Atman. There is a conscious principle who is able to understand this, or rather in its presence, the senses are able to understand the sense objects. Those chances becomes many fold, provided you are engaged in the work. There is no other purpose to do the work except to realize God. So that is called Karma Yoga. So he says, Na karmana manarambhat nishkarmya purushosnute, na cha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Just by you say that I renounce everything, Just by your telling renounce and going out of your home doesn't make you a sannyasi. Just by wearing some clothes and passing on some rituals, you don't become a sannyasi. It's a state of mind. That state of mind is to achieve only through the intense activity, whichever activity you say, which is your dharma. You are working in an office, that is your work. You are at a house, that is your work. You look after your family, that is your work. Karma is a karma. Spirit of karma differs from one person to another. So far as that karma is positive, that attitude is positive, as we discussed, it is not the action which you do, but it is the purpose and motive behind the action. That is called karma. We shall see next time. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.